What's up, everybody? Citedterror here. Welcome back to another video of how to get good at Mudae. This is episode 2, and today I'm going to be doing some flags explained and some goat commands. If you're just here for the goat commands, like these are the commands you kind of always want to use, skip to the end of the video. The chapters will be there. But if you're interested in learning about the flags, stick along with me, and I'm going to go through a couple of them. I'm not tabbed in. Alright, there we go. Look, I put a funny effect, and I have he's on every page, so you guys get to get good everywhere. So, what we're covering, simply, what are flags? There are two purposes, which are searching and rolling. And then we're gonna go into flags and depths with variations, and then we're gonna cover Ourosphere and Kakera flags, Roulette flags, key flags, wish flags, miscellaneous flags, and then we'll finally get to my go commands. Each different flag and depth, I do include the best version of it in my opinion. It's like the best versions, so I do filter out. I don't do every single command in the world, but the commands that I think are personally the best compared to whatever else is in the category. As we continue, so what are flags? Flags are simply ways of narrowing down your search. It just adds simple little, I guess, modifiers, if you will, to your search in whichever you're searching to just narrow it down so you could find things easier. It'll be much better when I go on. I can explain what are flags much better when I get a visual representation. So again, searching, you can search roulette, kakera, keys, spheres, characters, series, etc. You'll get that in a moment. And here, and rolling. Rolling is very simple. W is waifu, H is husbandos, or girls and boys, and M, which I called Mudae in my last episode, which I still kind of am going to call Mudae, but it means marry, and it could be both boy or girl, any manga, games, both, random. If you watched my last video, this should be very common to you. If you didn't, you should go watch the video, obviously. And, of course, these are your rolling flags. These are the best ones. If you want to know why, go watch the last video. I'm going to put it in the top right corner over here. You know that little eye thing? I've never done one of those, but I'm going to do one for this video. So, a good command to learn is info flags. Info flags is pretty much what I'm going to be covering today, which is, again, this is pretty much every flag in the game, minus a few which I added, and there's also a couple commands which I added, which I thought be helpful to have during the wish portion, just because if we look here, the wish commands are pretty bleak. I've never used any of these commands, like ever. I've never used one of these separate things, so it's kind of like just a bleak command. You don't really use it, so I kind of just include a bunch of good wish commands that you actually can use for your wishes, and some other ones that they just don't include in the flag list for some reason. So your core knowledge here are simply the different types of things we're going to be looking at. So is my marries, or your collection, or your claims. I'm sure you've done and seen it. If not, that's the command right there, and that's everything that you've ever claimed. Top is the top characters. I am is an image Mudae. Again, it's just an image marry, so it's just any character, and it shows you the images that the character can have by default. There's ways to add characters or add images. If you guys do want to see a video on that, I can do that. Then we continue. So OP, which is just character Ourospheres. So a singular character's Ourospheres. TS is ranking and leaderboard, which I put here, but I actually don't really use. If you want to learn about TS, you could just do TS, and then it actually gives you all the variations of the command, and you go look at it for yourself. This is just like the top, like you get top 15 ranked characters, top 15 ranked light characters, top 15 or top Kakera. There's a lot of different variations you could look at. OPPP, which is a series Ourosphere. I don't really cover that either. I think that's it's not really useful. It's a good command to know, but it's not really useful. And IMA, which is series search, which I do cover a little bit. So, flags. I would say there's definitely variations, rarities, I guess. I didn't really know how to label them, but there's some that are more commonly used than more. There's some that are less commonly used, and then some that are special that are really specific to certain commands. So our common flags here, I actually colored every single thing in this video, so you guys could actually, for your own enjoyment, will be able to see the colors, and maybe you'll associate it with the game. You never know. So minus is without something. So Kakera minus would be Kakera without key value. Kakera minus sphere would be characters without any spheres in them. Minus wish would be, I don't even know. I'll be honest, I don't even remember. I think it's just characters without that you don't have wished, and keys is and keys minus is characters that don't have any keys. But there's different flags to know. I go over them in just a moment. But we'll continue for the variations. We have equal. Equal could mean only something, which is roulettes and wishes, or sorted by something, which is Kakera, spheres, and keys. And plus is with everything, which is keys, spheres, and disabled. I kind of just put disabled there, but I kind of really just more talk about it in miscellaneous. The reason that you might be like, oh, well, Kakera, spheres, wishes don't have. Oh, well, I guess Kakera and wishes don't have plus, but that's just actually different. Even roulettes, Kakera, wishes, and roulettes don't have any plus commands whatsoever. So it's not like they're gonna have special variations like you'll see here. Like uncommon, roulettes is more the minuses in a single equal. There's no pluses. Wishes actually are plus weird. They're very weird with pluses. Miscellaneous is just kind of everything that's a plus, minus, or equal that's not what it was before. So it's not, of course, this. This is actually gonna be on the screen the entire time. Once we get to the main part, I put it as a legend, so you guys could look, see the color, and understand what it means. So variations or special, these really only appear on two different things. The exclamation mark appears on keys, miscellaneous, and spheres, and the more than and lesser than only appears for keys. So your base flags, these are basically not your rolling flags, but more flags you kind of really want to remember. K is for Kakera is displayed, so when you do MMK, your entire MM will have the Kakera value. Y is keys, so you'll see the amount of keys every character has. You'll see the amount of Kakera every character has, and Z will show you the amount of spheres every character have. You could do it on pretty much all of these. I don't even know why I put top Y there, actually. That's a pretty worthless command. So, honestly, you only have to do top K, pretty much. Top Y is worthless, just like top Z would be. Alright, so here we go. Kakera and Ourospheres. So, this is simply taken from the info flags command, and I'm just gonna... You could pause, you could read it. I'll go over it very quickly. So, K equal is the characters with the worth the most Kakera will show up first. K minus will be characters with the most Kakera without keys, so their base value. Z minus will be characters without spheres. Z equals will be characters with the most spheres. Z plus will be every character with or without spheres. Z exclamation mark is spheres invested in characters plus uninvestment lost. This is honestly a pretty worthless command. This is just Z, and then you can put the perk, and then it'll show you every character that has that perk. And Z minus is every character without that perk. And you have to do Z minus perk number. So you have to do like Z minus 10, Z minus 9, so on. Here we go. So these are my best commands per. So MMK equals, Wishlist K equals, top K equals. Same thing here. Honestly, top K minus. Honestly, I don't know why I put that there. That's honestly another worthless command I kind of just added without realizing. Sorry about that, guys. Again, that's another worthless command. A lot of the top commands that use key values, sphere values are just completely worthless because most people won't divorce characters of keys or spheres invested in them. And even if they did have spheres invested in them, players can always reclaim the spheres that they had invested, even if the character's traded or divorced. OPZ minus, so OPZ minus, this is a great command. MMZ minus, another good command. Wishlist Z minus, fine command. And Z equals, OPZ equals, MMZ equals, Wishlist Z equals. That's it. So just show you all your character with the most the most fucking spheres invested in him by my manners. The characters by your MM with the most spheres, and your wishlist characters with the most spheres. So next we roll on the roulettes. I'm sure you can pretty much understand, but when you're searching, it's a little different. So, like, say I do MMW, it could be characters that at least have the female, but they can also be male. Same thing for H. G minus is anti-manga characters instead of A, which it is when you're rolling. G is for game characters, and they can't be both. W equals just women only, so the character cannot be women and man. And then WH here, which you do MMWH or something, the character is only both men and women only, and they must be both. Same thing for here. Game and G minus means that character must be from a game, an anime, a game and an anime, and they can't. And it has to be both. So it won't show you just game characters or just any manga characters, unlike these top four commands here. Again here, women only, so just cannot be both. It's only women. Men only cannot be both. Men only. Game only cannot be both. Game only. Any manga only cannot be both. Any manga only. So out of these commands, from W, MMW, wishlist W, top W, good commands. H, MMH, wishlist H, top H, good commands. G minus is MMG minus, wishlist G minus, top G minus, good commands. G is MMG, wishlist G, top G. And why I say that is because honestly, these commands are kind of pointless because if you're just, it doesn't really matter because it's like, oh, I want women only. They can't be man women. But like, if you ever switch to a man women roulette, or the character's worth a lot of Kakera, it's kind of just throwing yourself. It's kind of really selling. Like, you're kind of just losing by doing these commands, where these commands are just more solid and get you what you want. All right, so next we move on to keys. So Y is character with keys must have at least one key. Y minus is the opposite. Character without keys must have 0 keys. Y equals is characters with or without keys. Or no, Y equals is characters sorted by the most keys they have. Y plus is every character with or without keys. Y. So here we go. Y greater than number is characters with more keys than the number. Y lesser than number is characters with less keys than number. And Y exclamation mark is a sole variant. Y exclamation mark could be used with any of the previous commands besides, I guess, Y, which is that's just for characters with 10 or more keys. Once you have 10 or more keys on a character, they become a soulmate. As you can see here, equivalent for soulmate, and these are just all the commands. They're pretty much, they do the exact same thing, just for characters with 10 or more keys, simply. So right here, best commands, MMY, wishlist Y, top Y. Top Y is actually pointless. Again, I put another pointless command. I'm very sorry. Same for top Y equals, another pointless command. You really only want to do MMY, wishlist Y of any of the Y, Y minus, or Y equals variants. And decent, but I've never used these. I use MMY larger than 9. I use sometimes because there's the Kakera perk where, not the Kakera perk, but the Ourosphere perk that makes it so you get 4 Kakera reacts on a character that has it, and it's half the price. Once a character has 10 keys, their Kakera react price halves, and with that multiplier, it actually halves again. So honestly, if you have spare Kakera and you just kind of want to have guarantee getting spheres, or not spheres, but guarantee getting all your 4 Kakeras, you could do this. And MMY equals, again, this is a decent command. It just shows you characters with or without keys, but like, you're not really gonna use it unless you really, when I do mine, I do MMY. Like, I'm not even looking for characters without keys. I'm not really in the interest for that. I'm kind of just looking to look at the characters I have with good keys already and just make them better. All right, next we get to wishes. So again, like I said, wishes is very bleak. So I actually just included basic things, wish, and if you want to do more than one, and just wishes a character and characters. So if you actually do dollar sign, so it'd be dollar sign wish a name, and then you put another dollar sign, and you put another name. You could actually wish more than one character, and that's honestly infinitely until I guess your wish list is full. Star Wish is a character, which again, as I explained in my last video, it just gives you better odds. Wish minus means the character is not on your wish list. Wish plus means that it is in your wish list. Wish minus means it's not a star wish. Wish or W plus plus means it's a star wish. So I meant W minus, W plus, W minus minus, W plus plus plus, or plus plus. Wish D, another command that's not really shown. Wish D automatically deletes the wish command. So say I go on my server and I write $wish D so and so name. I don't want anyone to see that I'm wishing that character because I don't want to be sniped. It will automatically delete that command, which brings me to my next command, wish DM, which whenever you do wish list, once you do this command, you just really read it. It gives you 3 options, and then you're able to set it so your wishes won't be pinged publicly. Your wishes will be pinged in your DMs, and your wish list will be private. So again, if you're trying to avoid snipes and you're on a very competitive server, another very good command to use here. Wish L locks a wish. And you might be, why do you want to lock a wish? Well, that's actually where WP or Wish Purge comes in, where it removes all claimed wish characters except lock ones. So you kind of use Wish L on characters that you have claimed and want to get keys on, and then you use Wish Purge on whenever you get a new claimed character, and you're like, okay, cool. I just got my wish. I don't really want to get I don't really want keys on this character. I just kind of wanted them for whatever reason you might want them. So you can wish purge, and all your characters you're farming keys on won't go away. And again, here, best commands. The only command I really like is wish minus, because it kind of looks at all the characters that you don't have currently wished. Otherwise, it's kind of worthless. And then again, here, these are just all the good commands that I mentioned prior. Again, they're not flags, but they're still very good commands to have. Alright, now we move on to miscellaneous. These are the miscellaneous flags. They're very simple. I put all the good commands here, so if you want to pause and read it, feel free so. I'm going to go over very quickly. So, roulette's a character can be rolled in. So, I showed this off in my last video. So, say like I do Hatsune Miku. I am Hatsune Miku. No. I would do top T, and then it would show me the top 15 characters and what roulettes they belong in. R sorts characters by claim rank. R minus doesn't sort characters by claim rank. Top automatically does it by claim rank. So top R is just the same as top. MMR just shows all your characters best claim rank. Wishlist R shows all your characters by best wish rank. Same thing for L, which is just a separate rank. This is the like Mudae official rank, where this is the player rank. And again, L minus and R minus is kind of worthless because even if you put it, it doesn't change anything, really. Like, if you do it on, like, it doesn't change anything on anything that's, like, there. I mean, you could do, if you want to do, like, wish list, R minus, and just see how your wish list looks and all the ranks, you could do that. That's a decent command. Same for L. But at the same time, I think they're just way less useful than just doing wishlist L and wishlist R. U is just unclaimed characters. The only command you ever use this on is top U, so it shows you all the unclaimed characters that are left. You could also do wishlist U and see what characters you haven't claimed in your wishlist, but at the same time, you just get a big check mark in your wishlist, so you can just look at that. O is owner name, so you do top O, and it'll show you which Discord users own which characters. O equals will show you only owned characters. So, unlike top O will show you unclaimed characters, but along with owner names, where this will just show you the owner's names. You do top O equals. M is main names, not nicknames. You could change nicknames on characters. So, you do top M, and it will just show you all the characters' actual names instead of a nickname. Same thing for MMM. Shows you all your characters without nicknames. I just shows you characters with images. You could do top I, MMI, wishlist I. So this will show you all your claimed characters with I, all the top characters with pictures, and all your wishlist characters with pictures. Again, we move on miscellaneous note. You could just what this does is it lets you add text to a character that shows up with MM. So you could do $note a character's name, $, and then you write like whatever you want. You write farty head, and when someone looks at your MMM, they'll see, oh, this guy named Pooh farty head. That's funny. N is simply characters with no notes. You could do MMN. So if you want to put notes on all your characters, you could use this command to see which characters are missing notes. MM plus shows characters with notes only. I didn't put the plus here, my bad guys, but basically whenever you do MMN plus, you'll see all your characters with notes. MN equals searches for a character via their note. So it's MMN equals note on character. So again, if I'm looking for Pooh, I'm going to write MMN equals farty head, and I'll find Pooh. X is disabled characters only, so MMX, top X, so all the characters that you own that are disabled. and the top X are disabled. You guys do wishless X, but again, once you wish something, it automatically undisables it, as I spoke about in my last video, so pointless command. X plus disabled and non-disabled characters, same principle. Non-disabled characters only, same principle. A list of series. So, IMA will list all. So I say like I do IMA and then I search up a single word. It will show me all the series under that. So say I could do. Actually, no. This would be. No, this wouldn't be for a character. IMA. No, this actually would be for a character. No. I'm not too sure. I think it should be IMA. Say like I wrote one, it would show me One Piece, one something, everything that has the number one. MMA shows actually, yeah, I think so. And then MMA will show you like the list of every series that you have claimed. It's kind of these commands I really don't use. I think they're kind of just pointless. A plus series names of characters. So you could do top A and you could look at what series they're from. Same for your MMA. This is a much better command because you do MMA A plus and then it shows you your MMI and the series name rather than just listing out 100 different series. Both these the area command original is pretty bad compared to the A plus. S sends the command output to your DMs. So you can do TUS and it's just gonna send it to your DMs. One moment. Sorry about it, back guys. So now we're back. E equals character with an embed color. Once you get one key on a character, you can put an embed color under the left spine of them. So if you want to do that, this will show you the embed color that you might have on one already. This is characters with an embed color. So it might just be the same command, I guess. Maybe I forgot to change it. Okay, no, this would be characters without an embed color. My bad, typo. And this would be characters with or without one. Q equals is the only command I really like. The only, because this lets you search up for a specific series or name, as I show you here. I am a K equals series name, or I am a Q equals series name. I am Q equals character name. And all these other commands are pretty much worthless. Honestly, I wouldn't spend your time looking at them. I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but I think they're very worthless compared to every other command that I covered in the video. And again, the miscellaneous, I think, some are decent, some are like, after the first page, they all kind of just became eh. Anyways, here's my GOAT commands, and I explain why. OPZ minus just shows you the best rank. So if you're doing rank 10 maxing, which is you put every time you get Ourosphere, you put it in rank 10, which is very good because you get a lot of money back on your investment. This just really does make it so it just shows you all characters without spheres. So you can just do OPZ minus, which actually on mobile, I find this very much quicker. I'll do OPZ minus, invest, and then I'll resend the command and invest again rather than scroll up, click the thing, and then click the next character and then scroll back down. It's actually very quick. Much quicker, at least on mobile, from my experience of it. And then MMK equals YG minus HW. Again, the G minus could be a G, and the H can be a W. And again, it could be G minus H, it could be G minus W, it could be GH, GW. This basically just shows you your specific roulette. Again, if you don't have a specific roulette, just don't even do G minus and H. Just do MMK equals YZ. And this just shows you all your modifiers. So it shows you your keys, your spheres, and your Kakera value on every character. And if you want to see your characters without key value, you could do K minus, and it will show you all your characters without key value. Wishlist K equals YG minus HZ. It's the same principle, just to show you your wish characters. Again, if you don't have a single roulette and you're kind of using your wish sporadically, well, first, you should go watch my other video and understand why you shouldn't do that. But secondly, again, all the G minus and H are interchangeable with G and W. And again, OPK equals YGHZ, which basically just shows you all your best characters for just investing spheres that are not perk 10. And again, G minus and H are still interchangeable. And that's my Go commands, and that's how to get good. My next video is going to be on Quest or the OQ from a friend of a friend's request. And I'm just going to put the video here while I just yap and you guys listen. I don't know why you're still here. Click on the video, man. Click on the video, man. Come on, go ahead and click on it. I won't bite, man. It's a good video.